I was really lost last year. I was in Oslo with him. Now that we are not recording. Are we recording? Oh my God.
We're here at Satoshis Coffeeshop. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Paco, for being with us. My name is Vitus, and I'm just here to ask a few questions to Paco. He did a really, in my opinion, very cool journey, and it's very cool to hear about it, I guess. So that's why we're here. So first of all, the first and most important question is, how was the Weißwurstfrühstück?
Oh, it's very good with mustard and pretzel. It was really delicious. Yeah. And we had it with Spitzi?
No, with Weissbier, but Spezi we tried afterwards. So,
yeah. It was very delicious. You have a great breakfast.
All right, Paco, tell us in 3-4 sentences, just summarizing what you did.
Okay. August 2021, about 4 years ago, I got a call from a friend saying, Paco, do you want to travel the world? It was a full moon night. And I'm like, yes, I want to travel the world. And I asked him how. He's like, you have to travel using Bitcoin. I'm like, what the fuck is Bitcoin? He gave me the book, The Bitcoin Standard. And I read that book. And, suddenly your mind opens. And I asked him, I'm like, who will give the money? He's like, this is the strongest community in the world. But you have to do only Bitcoin. So 3 weeks, I sent DMs, direct messages on LinkedIn and Twitter to 1,000 people. 45 people talked to me. From that 45 people, he was one. And I was asking advice. How do I start the journey? And then on September 17th, I started the journey called Run with Bitcoin. That was to travel 40 countries in 400 days using only Bitcoin. The journey took 800 days. And I went around 42 countries in the global south. And yes, I used Bitcoin in the first half of the journey, and then it was difficult to live only on Bitcoin. So I was doing peer-to-peer trades in each country, from Asia to Africa to Haiti, Jamaica, and I was able to travel this. I am alive here. So thanks to the Bitcoiners around the world, this was possible. Many Bitcoiners invited me to their house. Many Bitcoiners shared sats with me, and a lot of them shared their blessings with me. So danke to all the Bitcoiners around the world.
Wow, that was definitely more than 3-4 sentences, but it was beautiful, beautiful. So tell us what changed in your life. How did your life change? What did Paco change since then?
The boy became a man. I was selfish to travel the world. But while I traveled, I learned how the money system is rigged in every country. Every country has a monopoly, like the game Monopoly. They have their own currency. And every country had devaluation going. And I slowly realized that Bitcoin is hope and answer to the world. Because monarchy, tyranny exists everywhere. Even though we call it republics, democracy, but no, it's the rich and the powerful who bend the laws for their own benefits. And Bitcoin is a hope against all this that is happening in the world. We are far away. We are at least 25 to 30 years away from hyper-Bitcoinization, but it is coming slowly.
And I understand, we've been talking the last few days a little bit, and I understand you segment your journey into different stages. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes. There are 6 stages of my life with this journey in 2 years, 42 countries. Stage 1, fanatic. Bitcoin is the answer. Fix the money, fix the world. Everybody who does not believe in Bitcoin is arrogant. So I went the first 9 countries like this in Asia. It was easy. I was 100% on Bitcoin. India, UAE, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, 100% Bitcoin. Then came stage 2. When I entered Africa, I cannot travel on Bitcoin. Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana. I was able to host Bitcoin meetups in every country, and I was able to find 2 or 3 businesses on Bitcoin, but not 100% on Bitcoin. Then came stage 3 when I entered Nigeria, Cameroon, Central Africa Republic. Hyper Bitcoinization is 25 years away. They don't have electricity. Nigeria runs on generators. Central Africa Republic did not have roads to the capital city. From there I finished 400 days. Then came stage 4, hope and recognition. Hope because I saw the Bitcoin beach in El Salvador. Recognition because they invited a traveler on a stage to speak. So I was at the Africa Bitcoin conference, adopting Bitcoin conference. Saw Bitcoin Ikasi in South Africa, where there are these 10 people who are in the colonies, how would I call this? Ikasis, it's called. Ikasi is townships where they are underprivileged and they are using Bitcoin. So I had hope. I'm like, yes. Then came stage 5, Latin America, lot of circular economies. Guatemala, El Salvador, we all know, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Suriname, new community, Peru. And it was like, yes, there is hope, there is this thing. But with all this recognition came a lot of drinking. So everybody invited me for a drink. Paco, let me invite you for a drink. And I got tired, more drinking, less running. And it went to fatigue, the final. I was tired of traveling. I didn't want to travel anymore. I saw that Bitcoin is a solution only if you can save money. And I was hoping that people would be able to save money. And the last 2 countries were very helpful for me. There was a circular economy in Guatemala that failed because of the high fees, because of the ordinals and runes. So people were unable to do transactions. And then the last country was Curacao, the 42nd country, as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says. The answer to the world is 42. Mr. Peter Kroll, an old-time Bitcoiner who made bitaddress.org, the first paper wallets. He was tired of converting his Bitcoin to cash. So he convinced 100 businesses to accept Bitcoin. So now he's really happy there, sharing his Bitcoin with the people. And he has a Bitcoin faucet running there for the people of Curacao. So this was how the entire journey went. And all of this was crowdfunded thanks to the Bitcoiners. All random 657 donations I got. And I do not know who they were. They were definitely Satoshi's friends. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us like beautiful stories or very tough stories? Maybe one story about every stage.
Okay, stage 1, fanatic. I'm in India, started the country journey. I'm having tea and I'm talking to the restaurant owner. I'm like, hey, Bitcoin is this, salesman. And he's convinced. He's ready to accept Bitcoin. I pay him in Bitcoin. I'm happy. I'm leaving the restaurant. The next table was listening to us. They're like, come here, talk to us. And I explained to them how the Indian rupee is depreciating, how the petrodollar is. And the man called me an anti-national. Anti-national. He said, how dare you speak bad about my country? I was in India and I was scared for my life. It was 11 p.m. I left from there, went back hotel. I was so scared. I called my friend. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I did not know this is Bitcoin. I'm anti-national. I slept. Next morning I woke up. I went for my morning run. So relaxed. I'm running. A voice comes from behind. He's like, Bitcoin. I look behind. The guy from last night. Yeah. There were 10 people from there. One guy comes. He comes running and he's like, hi. Don't worry about last night. My friends do not know about money. I mine Ethereum coins. And I was like, yes, I get goosebumps. I'm like, okay. And then we ran a little and I ran away home. So this was my first welcome to Bitcoin, stage 1. Stage 2, I would say the beautiful story is from there is Tanzania, Kilimanjaro. I wanted to hike up. So I found a tour guide, convinced him. about to accept Bitcoin, got him a blue wallet, did a peer-to-peer transaction. When I paid him, the Bitcoin price was $40,000. I went up. The toughest hike in my life I have done. Oh my God, so bad. I go up, come back. After 5 days, I come back down. Bitcoin price has fallen down $30,000. And the guide is looking at me, he's like, what has happened? And I was like, it's okay, I will cover the difference. So I had to pay him an extra 25% of Bitcoin. So that was stage 2. Stage 3, Central Africa Republic. Yeah, the country that said Bitcoin is a legal tender. So I go to the president's office. I show him a presentation. I'm like, look, in Africa, people are using Bitcoin. Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. And the man says, who gave them permission to use Bitcoin? And I say, sir, it is permissionless. Then we talk a little. Then he says, our country has Sango coin. I'm like, oh, nice coin. He's like, I will give you some. I'm like, give me some. He forgot his password. And then he looks at me. He's like, do you have Bitcoin? I'm like, yeah. He's like, will you give me some? Then I downloaded him wallet of Satoshi and I gave him some Bitcoin. Stage 4, hope and recognition. I think so. It was Bitcoin Ikasi story in South Africa, where I just saw 10 people. In this world, we always think we need the whole country for Bitcoin adoption, or we need 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 100 people. It is only 10 people they have that use Bitcoin. And that's your circular economy. There's a barber that cuts your hair. There is a car cleaner. There's a restaurant. There's a grocery shop. They all get Bitcoin as a donation and they use it between themselves. This was hope. You need only 10 people for a circular economy. Stage 5, Latin America. Brazil story I will give it. I saw little kids with NFC cards, you know, small lightning cards in school buying fruits with sats. So they were giving fruits for 10 satoshis and every kid had a Bitcoin card and they were tapping and getting fruits. And stage 6, finally the fatigue. Beautiful story, it happens in Nicaragua. I get a DM in my Twitter, anonymous. He's like, hi Paco, I love your journey. I cannot meet you, but I invite you for 2 nights, 3 days stay at a fancy hotel. So when I go to the hotel, it's all paid off. He's like, you deserve a break, please enjoy. And I'm just there, I'm feeling like I do not know who the person is. I have not talked to him and I had a great time. So Bitcoiners were like this kind in different sections of the world.
Wow. I'd be interested, I mean, I'm sure on a 800-day journey, you make beautiful connections.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 2, 3 best connections that you had with people?
Ooh, you should have told me all these questions so I could have thought about it. The camera is running. Beautiful connections. Beautiful one is Singapore. Bitcoin, so my journey went from 40,000. So when I started it was 40, 50, 60, then 50, 40, 30, 20, 16. And then went 20, 30, 40, 44 and it ended. The one of my beautiful one was in Singapore. A Bitcoiner called Man on an Island. A man on an island. He wanted to support me with some Bitcoin, some Satoshis, not a Bitcoin. And he took me for a coffee. And he's like, if I give you some Satoshis to support you, I have a fear that you will become a shitcoiner in the future. And he told me on my face. And I was like, no, sir, I promise. I promise to you, I will not become a shitcoiner. And I thank God, it's been 4 years now. I have not sold my soul. And I have not done any shitcoining and shilling any other coin. So that Bitcoiner was a very important connection for me, who really told me on my face. Like, because a lot of people go shitcoining because of the thing. Which one shall I say? Man, I was in Johannesburg, South Africa. I was walking with 4 other travelers. I get mugged from behind. And when you get mugged, and you're just like, and you just fall down. When you wake up and you run. I woke up, I looked around and I just ran. I ran to my hostel. I did a tweet from my laptop at the hostel. I'm like, hey, I got mugged. I do not have my phone. In about 1 hour, the entire Bitcoin community got me a new phone, which I'm still using. Yeah. And in the evening, then we had a Bitcoin meetup. One Bitcoiner says, you're not staying there. He took me to his house. He says, you're going to stay with my family, you're going to recover, and then you're going to go. So, yes, Bitcoiners are toxic maximalists, but they are humans, they are kind, because they have seen the problem in the world. Yes. It is important because you know how it is outside. 100,000 shitcoins. That's one, two. Which is the other one? Yeah, two should be good for now. There'll be more,
Okay.
there'll be more.
Two is good. Two is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
What's your, I mean, you got mugged, but is that the worst experience, or what did you have dangerous experiences?
Oh.
What was your two worst experiences?
I believe in universe a lot. I follow Google Maps a lot. I was crossing from Central Africa Republic through DR Congo. Google Maps said it will take 2 days. It took me 12 days to cross that. Only on bikes, there were no roads. And then I'm crossing from Congo to South Sudan. The guy stops me. He's like, this is a war zone. And you're a spy. We need money. I had no money on me. My all money was over because the 2-day journey became 12 days. I had literally no money. I was strip checked and they didn't find any money on me. I went forward, I crossed into South Sudan. Again the same problem. There came about 25 military people. They took me in a room and I had guns pointed on my head calling me a spy. I do not know what happened. A call came to one of the persons and they took me to their office, the boss's office up in the city. And as soon as I was in the office, sitting in the cushion, air conditioner, I became confident and he asked, how are you? I'm like, I'm not happy. He's like, what happened? I'm like, your people are smoking weed, drinking alcohol and molesting tourists. I was confident now. He was like, calm down. You do not know who I am. I'm like, no, this is not good. Then he's like, listen, let me ask you 2 questions. 1, did they beat you? I'm like, no, they did not beat me. He's like, 2, did they take anything from you? I'm like, no, they did not take anything from me. He's like, they have orders to shoot on sight. This is a war zone. How dare you come from here? And I just like, I'm like, whoa, I'm alive. And there I understood hyper-Bitcoinization is 25, 30 years away because people are fighting for basic rights of survival. I think so it was Zimbabwe, the closest one, where my bus had an accident. I flipped over, and I'm alive here. So yeah, I thank God. Thanks Satoshi, somewhere he's protecting us.
So I can confirm when we had our call like 4 years ago.
Yeah, the first time, yeah.
He was still a boy. I can confirm. He was so innocent. And I had the feeling, okay, like, I'm not sure if he knows what he's getting himself into there. Because the Bitcoin rabbit hole is deep. And obviously, and he had told me that he just heard about Bitcoin. And so I wasn't sure he's going public on this topic. What if he knew what he was doing? Did you?
If I knew what Bitcoin was, I wouldn't have done this journey. No way. Like, it is scary. It is really scary now. You're like a target. You're like a walking target. And people always see that you have a Bitcoin. They just see the big price tag. And now I totally understand why we have anonymous Bitcoiners. And I respect their privacy. As you can see, I haven't taken a single photo today. Before I used to be with my small little GoPro camera running around. And I respect privacy of Bitcoiners. I believe privacy is our right and we should not give it away for some likes on social media. And it is a big thing. It challenges the status quo of our governments. It challenges everything that we are born with. It challenges the entire ecosystem we live with. And it is It is dangerous. But yes, I was crazy. I'm not now. I am, thank God, like I'm here amongst humans calmly.
So Bitcoin was born out of the cypherpunk movement. Satoshi was a cypherpunk. Hal Finney was a cypherpunk. You learned about cypherpunks. And you met cypherpunks. What's your feeling about the entire ideas behind it?
I feel cypherpunks are the reason Bitcoin exists. Without cypherpunks, we wouldn't be here. They are the saints of our ecosystem. They are the gurus of our ecosystem. They code, and with code, they speak without using a weapon. It's the code. It is non-violent, and it is necessary in our world that we have such people who guide us forward. Yes, we may not agree with all of them. This is why we have consensus, whether you like 0.28 Bitcoin Core or 0.29 or the Bitcoin knots. Everybody is free to choose their consensus there. And I feel if it wasn't for the ethos, I think so our world will not have any hope. I do not see any other hope. Yes, Monero is there, but I see Bitcoin as the Olympic torch that is shining for all of us. So thanks to them, I believe that is the core.
So I understand you just came from Oslo. What did you do in Oslo?
Oslo Freedom Forum. It makes your conscious, your gut feeling, feel like what are you doing for this world. I met a lot of activists from different countries. And are you an activist? This was my question to myself, like, am I an activist too? What do I believe in? What am I fighting towards? How can activism use Bitcoin? And I saw, yes, Mr. Saylor says, hodl Bitcoin, sell your house for Bitcoin. But activists use Bitcoin in this current world. Activists need Bitcoin because there is so much tyranny in their government. I came out with a lot of hope for humanity. Yes, Bitcoin will be used. It will not just be a store of value. It will be used by humans. So it was a very heavy conference, a lot of learning to see from people. Like I used Bitcoin as a tool to fulfill my selfish dream to travel the world. For these activists, this is their lifeline, where they can get anonymous donations and without being any censorship. Yeah, if you get an opportunity to visit Oslo Freedom Forum, please do visit. You'll get so much to learn. Like as you're conscious, like something more, something that is not just for your stack of sats, it's for something more. So yeah, hope.
Yeah. I was actually last year as well in Oslo. We saw each other there. And one learning that I had in Oslo was that the first thing dictators do, or in repressive regimes, what happens to you if you're an activist, the first thing they do is cut your bank accounts and cut the bank accounts of your relatives and your friends. And that's when I knew Bitcoin has a very strong place in human rights and for activism, but that's when I truly understood it. So many people's lives depend on using that, and yeah, it's amazing. I loved it too. I can recommend. It's really eye-opening. So. Has your spirituality evolved in that time now, or is it still the same, or how do you see yourself?
I worry a lot. I worry a lot now. There is so much pain in this world, right? You can be sitting in your bubble and be like, yeah, everything is all right. Because as a spirituality, as a Bitcoiner, I feel every spiritual person is a Bitcoiner, but they do not know it yet. They are there, they feel it, but they do not have that. It's a self-sovereign individual, yeah? Where you need to have the strong money Bitcoin, where you want to have permaculture, so you can grow your own foods and own fruits and vegetable. It just feels right. It feels for the first time ever since the pyramids were constructed, we humans have constructed something else that can help humanity. The pyramids, the Machu Picchu, or all the holy sites around the world. I feel we have an option once more to fix the world over the next 40, 60, 80 years, to bring equilibrium in this world. And it is only possible when every one of us has their 10 people. She has her 10 people of Bitcoiners, you your 10 people, you your 10 people, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's enough. Don't need to think about 100. Your 10 people. And from there you would be happy. At least the Bitcoin will be amongst you guys. That's all you need to see. The Bitcoin doesn't leave you guys. And we all are spiritual that way because now we have time. Bitcoin has given us time, so much time to think. We are now philosophers. We talk about the goodness of this world always. We have hope. Where was hope before Bitcoin? So, inshallah, God willing. Be umid khuda, as you say at home.
So, I hear you're writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I be interested in your book?
You would give this book to your children because travel is the best school in the world, and through traveling you would understand through anecdotes, through personal stories, as how the money is rigged in different countries. And from there you will come to two understandings. One, savings is important. Two, be grateful. Stop complaining. Be grateful for your father, for your house, for the food, for everything that you have now. Look at you. You were born hungry, naked and crying. And now, here you are with clothes, smiling, tummy full. So be grateful for your situations. This is what the book is trying to bring out. It is more of a human interaction with, it's all a transaction in the world. Everybody is transacting something. And how I am transacting with money in these countries. And this is what the book will bring out. I hope so. It's a great book or a no book. That's the hope for this book. Yeah. God willing, by this year end. Yeah, I've been sitting over it for a year now in the Himalayan mountains, meditating. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll open up for Q&A.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Namaste.
Danke schön.